Unitarian Universalists draw inspiration from the cycles of seasons, the beauty and the complexity of the natural world, and the intricate relationships that are formed between humans and all other forms of life on this planet. Flowers, especially, connect with our soul, and their beauty stirs us there. It is with this stirring in mind and the connection that we have with this most incredible gift that nature has given us and that we hold so deeply in our hearts that we light this chalice. Cora Webb has agreed to light the chalice for us this morning, so please join me in saying the words in your order of service in just a moment when Cora gets here as we light. I'm sorry, Cora, I rushed that for you. She's hurrying. Everybody got your words from your order of service? We light this chalice for the warmth of love, for the light of truth, and for the energy of action. Thank you, Cora.
And now, let's rise in body, spirit, and voice as we sing our opening hymn this morning. It's in the Great Hardback hymnal. It's number 77, For Flowers That Bloom. No, excuse me. Seek Not Afar for Beauty. Number 77, so please rise in body, spirit. And if you have flowers, go ahead and bring them up during this hymn. Touches our heart as they inspire us with their intricate petals, fabulous colors, and seemingly endless variety. I'm thrilled to be part of a faith that honors flowers and their rich symbolism, and I must confess that this is my very favoriteest service of the entire church year. Our own Unitarian Universalist Flower Communion started only 93 years ago in the Free Brotherhood Church, a Unitarian congregation in Prague, in the current day Czech Republic. Their minister, Norbert Čapek, was convinced of the high potential of humanity, that people working together could build a new and better world based on love, reason, freedom, and justice. He was a new kind of minister who rejected the trappings of other Christian churches. Like I mentioned earlier, he believed in the plain and simple, with strong messages about loving one another and about working for social justice. He attracted thousands, I mean literally thousands, of members, some of whom were from other faiths seeking a new way, but others of whom were atheists, who were not accustomed to any kind of church-going or church ritual. He wanted to find a ritual to bring all these different kinds of people who were gathering in his church in their quest to discover a new path together. He wanted them to find a way to symbolize that unity. Čapek believed that we naturally belong together, that we're inextricably linked with one another and all creation, and that we should be aware of our mutual responsibility to care for each other and to work towards social reforms that create more love and justice in the world. He found his inspiration while hiking in the countryside outside of Prague, where a variety of spring wildflowers bloomed in profusion. He came back to his congregation and offered this simple ritual of bringing flowers to create communal bouquets and then asking everyone to reverently take a flower home at the end of the service. He offered this explanation of his ritual that supports his theology, honoring the worth and dignity of every person and the deep sacred interdependence of humans with each other and the natural world. Here are Čapek's own words. We have chosen flowers, nature's most tender, common, and beautiful gift, as our symbol and sacrament. A flower is divine. You cannot create it, whatever effort you make. You can only create a dead forgery without fragrance and life, nothing more. What is supposed to be expressed in our symbol, our sacrament? Each of us is symbolized in a flower. Flowers together in a vase symbolize fellowship, our commonality. The way we brought and carried the flowers symbolizes voluntarism and freedom. When you leave this meeting in peace and without rush, each of you take a blossom out of the bunch of flowers without choosing, a sign that you do not pick who you want to accept as a brother or sister. Čapek's simple and beautiful ritual captured the hearts of his congregation over many years. Even as his congregation grew to over 3,200 souls, to become the very largest Unitarian church ever on our planet. And he didn't only do flower communion rituals, he was continually inspiring his congregation to work for social justice and civil rights. But consider the time that he was doing this in the 1920s, 1930s, and early 1940s. He was encouraging them to stand up to the Nazis who had invaded their homeland. Ultimately, he was arrested and sent to Dachau, the Nazi death camp, where, amazingly, he continued to hold flower communion services on a regular basis under the most dire of inhumane conditions. Sadly, Reverend Čapek was ultimately killed by the Nazis. But his wife Maya, also a Unitarian minister, had traveled to the United States as World War II was breaking out because she was here to help raise money for refugees to bring people to safety. But in the midst of the chaos that broke out in Europe, she could not return home. She didn't even learn of her husband's death until well after the war. She had simply lost touch with him. She introduced flower communion to American Unitarian congregations in the 1940s, and it has grown to be our most widely celebrated ritual, along with the lighting of our flaming chalice. May we do honor to this visionary minister and his simple ritual of belonging and beauty as we enact our own flower communion this morning. May it be so. Blessed be. This morning, pause for a moment and focus our attention on this collection of flowers. This amazing, beautiful, impromptu nature in our very midst. Let us bless these flowers. O infinite Spirit of life, we bless these flowers as messengers of love and fellowship. May they remind us that we are a fabulous bouquet of beautiful, unique souls working and living together in an intentional community of faith. May we appreciate the beauty and good intention in all of our efforts, no matter how great or small, as we each bring our best selves to this sacred work. We celebrate Flower Communion today in the manner of the first Flower Communion service in Prague. I ask that each of you, in turn, approaches the communion vases silently, reverently, with a sense of how important it is for each of us to approach the world and each other with gentleness, justice, and love. I ask that you not linger too long in picking a flower, just as Chopik said, not to choose who will be your brother or sister. Simply select a flower that's different from the one you brought this morning. Look at your special flower and note its fragrance and beauty. Appreciate it for its uniqueness and handle it with care. This is a gift to you brought by someone else. It's a reminder of their unique humanity, and therefore it deserves your very kindest touch. So let us now quietly and beautifully share in this Unitarian Universalist ritual of love and appreciation for our diversity and our blessed oneness. Please come forward as you will.
Melody transformation as a community. And please turn in your hymnals to the gray hymnals, hardback, to number 123, Spirit of Life. This is a beloved UU hymn that has become, like the Flower Communion, an integral part of many UU services. So in that spirit, we will sing that this morning. So please remain seated. Spirit of Life, number 123.
To me.